Hello students, today we'll study the 7th chapter of history, that is an imperial capital, Vijayanagara. In this module we will be studying about the discovery of Hampi, Rayas, the rulers of Vijayanagara Empire, the contributions of Krishnadevaraya, Amaranayaka system. The discovery of Vijayanagara or Hampi. Vijayanagara or City of Victory was the name of both a city and an empire. The empire was founded in the 14th century by Harihara and Bukka in 1336. The empire stretched from the river Krishna in the north to the extreme south of the peninsula. Hampi is another name for Vijayanagara Empire. The name Hampi is derived from the local mother goddess Pamba Devi. The local people remember Vijayanagara Empire as Hampi. The remains of Vijayanagara Empire have been found at the modern Hampi in Karnataka. The sources to study about Vijayanagara Empire: oral traditions, inscriptions, monuments, and other records. These helped historians to reconstruct the history of Vijayanagara Empire. Colonel Colin Mackenzie. Colonel Colin Mackenzie, an employee of the English East India Company, prepared the first survey map of the site of Hampi. Much of the initial information he received was based on the memories of priests of the Virupaksha temple and the shrine of Pamba Devi. Subsequently, from 1856, photographers began to record the monuments, which enabled scholars to study them. As early as 1836, epigraphists began collecting several dozen inscriptions found at the site and other temples at Hampi. In an effort to reconstruct the history of the city and the empire, historians collated information from these sources with accounts of foreign travelers and other literature written in Telugu, Kannada, Tamil, and Sanskrit. Rayas, the rulers of Vijayanagara Empire. According to tradition and epigraphic evidence, two brothers, Harihara and Bukka, founded the Vijayanagara Empire in 1336. This empire included territories from Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, and Kerala. The first dynasty, known as the Sangama dynasty, exercised control till 1485. They were supplanted by the Saluas, military commanders, who remained in power till 1503. They were replaced by the Tuluas and Aravidu dynasty rulers. The contributions of Krishnadevaraya. Krishnadevaraya belonged to Tuluva dynasty. Krishnadevaraya's rule was characterized by expansion and consolidation. This was the time when the land between Tungabhadra and Krishna rivers was acquired He subdued the rulers of Orissa in 1514 and severe defeats were inflicted on the Sultan of Bijapur. Krishnadevaraya is credited with building some fine temples and adding impressive gopurams to many important South Indian temples. He also founded a suburban township near Vijayanagara called Nagalapuram after his mother. Some of the most detailed descriptions of Vijayanagara come from his time or just after. On their northern frontier, the Vijayanagara kings competed with contemporary rulers, including the sultans of the Deccan and the Gajapati rulers of Orissa. Some of the areas that were incorporated within the empire had witnessed the development of powerful states such as those of the Cholas in Tamil Nadu and the Hoysalas in Karnataka. As warfare during these times depended upon effective cavalry, the import of horses from Arabia and Central Asia was very important. Local communities of merchants known as Kudirachettis or horse merchants provided horses to Vijayanagara rulers. In fact, Vijayanagara was also noted for its markets dealing in spices, textiles, and precious stones. Trade was often regarded as a status symbol for such cities which boasted of a wealthy population that demanded high value exotic goods, especially precious stones and jewelry. Krishnadevaraya's successors were troubled by rebellious Nayakas or military chiefs. By 1542, control at the center had shifted to another ruling lineage, that of the Aravidu, which remained in power till the end of the 17th century. During this period, as indeed earlier, the military ambitions of the rulers of Vijayanagara as well as those of the Deccan Sultanate resulted in shifting alignments. Eventually, this led to an alliance of sultanates against Vijayanagara. It was the adventurous policy of Ramaraya, who tried to play off one sultan against another, that led the sultans to combine together and wage war on Ramaraya. In 1565, Ramaraya, the chief minister of Vijayanagara, led the army into battle at Rakshasi Thangadi, also known as Talikota, where his forces were routed by the combined armies of Bijapur, Ahmednagar and Golconda. The victorious armies sacked the city of Vijayanagara. The city was totally abandoned within few years. Amaranayaka system. The Amaranayaka system was a major political innovation of the Vijayanagara Empire. It is likely that many features of this system were derived from the Ikta system of the Delhi Sultanate. Among those who exercised power in the Vijayanagar Empire were military chiefs who usually controlled forts and other armed supporters. These chiefs often moved from one area to another and in many cases were accompanied by peasants looking for fertile land on which to settle. The Amaranayakas were military commanders who were given territories to govern by the Rayas. They collected taxes and other dues from peasants, craftspersons and traders in the area. They retained part of the revenue for personal use and for maintaining a stipulated contingent of horses and elephants. These contingents provided the Vijayanagara kings with an effective fighting force with which they brought the entire southern peninsula under their control. Some of the revenue was also used for the maintenance of temples and irrigation works. The Amaranayakas sent tribute to the king annually and personally appeared in the royal court with the gifts to express their loyalty. Kings occasionally asserted their control over them by transferring them from one place to another. However, during the course of the 17th century, many of these Nayakas established independent kingdoms. This hastened the collapse of the central imperial structure.